Alright guys, today's lesson we're going to talk about measures of central tendency and dispersion part 1, and we're going to be using a calculator in order to find them. Alright, now before I continue, I'd just like to say that hopefully you and your families are safe and all okay. And if you can, if you're watching this, definitely download this lesson and the worksheet that also goes along with it. And if you need a calculator, I also put a link below for a calculator, the TI-84 Plus that you can get 6 months for free, so you could use it if you don't have one. Okay, measures of central tendency. You guys have seen this before. Basically, they're just ways to summarize a data set. And the three ways you have seen them is with the mean, the median, and the mode. Now, your mean is your average of numbers. Okay, you have seen that and done that. The median is the number in the middle after they are put in numerical order. You have seen that and done that. And also the mode. That is the number that appears the most. Now, out of those three, mode is the one that cannot be found with the calculator. So if you come across that on the Regents, you still have to do that in the old way, which is basically just by looking at it, which is not hard to do. We are also going to talk about the range. Range is basically the difference between the highest and the lowest values in a data set. Very simple. Difference tells you to subtract. And that's basically exactly what you're going to do. You're going to take the max value, the highest value in the data set, and you're going to subtract the lowest value, or the min, in the data set. And that's how you're going to find your range. All right? So let's look at this data set below and use our calculator to find everything we need. So basically, you're looking for the mean, the median, the mode, and the range. And your data set is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, and 10. Okay? First step, clear your calculator. And the way we do that is second function plus sign 712 enter. Second plus 712 enter. All right? Calculator is clear. Now, to put this data set in the calculator, we're going to be hitting stat enter. Stat enter. Notice L1, L2, L3 all come up. For measures of central tendency and dispersion, it's all going into the L1 column. And the calculator is going to do that for you automatically. So you hit 3 enter, 4 enter, 5 enter, 6 enter, 7 enter, 7 enter, and 10 enter. You put the numbers exactly as you see them. Notice the calculator puts it all in the L1. Now, in order to get your measures of central tendency and dispersion, you hit stat, right arrow, and enter 4 times. So it's stat, right, and enter 4 times. Perfect. And now, the first thing that pops up, that's the mean right there. X with this line above it is always the mean. So that's the first thing we're going to write here. All right. The mean is 6. Next up is your median. Now notice in the calculator, you don't see anything that says median here. And that's why we're going to scroll down to get, because there's more information here for you. And as you scroll down, you get to max. That's the end of it. Notice your median is now here for you. That is 6. Now, we're up for the mode. Mode is the number that appears the most. You cannot use your calculator for it. And if you notice, what number appears the most in this data set? 7s. They repeat. It appears twice, more than any other number, so our mode is 7. Now, the min value, the smallest value in this data set. You look at your calculator, and you see it says min x. That's your smallest value. So the min is 3. The max value, the largest number in your data set, is right here. That is 10. Now, why did I find my min and my max? Because I'm looking for the range, all right? And the only way to notice there's nothing that says range equals. In order to find range, you have to take your max value, your largest value, and subtract it with the min or smallest value. That's how you find the range of this data set. 10 minus 3, the range of this data set is 7. Boom. That is how you find measures of central tendency and dispersion using your calculator, hitting the stat enter buttons. And then, of course, the stat right enter after. All right. Let's look at 2 Regents questions and use our calculator to get the right answer. Okay, very simple, very quick. Okay. Tehran measured the temperature outside his home for 5 days in a row. He wrote down the following results measured in degrees Fahrenheit: 51, 52, 50, 54, and 39. How does the mean of this set of measurements compare to the median? Now I know above we had listed all of them, right? And your calculator is going to list all of them. But the reality is, when you're taking your regions, and if they just want the mean and median, that's all you need to find. Now, just like we said before you put this data set in the calculator, you clear your calculator. Second function, plus sign, 7, 1, 2, enter. You hit stat enter. And now we want to put the temperatures in L1. So you hit 51, enter, 52, enter, 50, enter, 54, enter, and 39, enter. You want your measures of central tendency? Stat, right, enter, 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 and here you go. The mean, first thing that pops up, X with this line above it, is 49.2. So write on the Regents exam, guys. You're just going to write that out. It's okay to write on the Regents. Not illegal. You're not going to get in trouble for it. 49.2. Median. Scroll down, right? Go back to your calculator, you scroll down. Median is 51. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to read each choice and compare the data like they want us to do. It says, the mean is greater than the median. When you have it written right next to the problem, it's very easy to compare these numbers. So it's saying 49.2 is greater than 51. We know that is not true. Choice 1 is gone. Number 2, the median is greater than the mean. Is 51 greater than 49.2? Absolutely, that's our answer right there. Now just to check the rest of them to make sure we got the best answer, it says the mean equals the median. Well, we know 49.2 does not equal 51. You get rid of it. And then it says there is not enough information to answer the question. That is also not true. Okay, so using our calculator, we were able to find the mean and median and compare them to get the right answer on a multiple choice question on a Regents. Now let's look at a Regents question that is not multiple choice. That is a part 2 Regents question. So here's the second Regents question. Now notice there's no multiple choice here. That means you can get partial credit. And what I tell my students all the time is when you're taking part 2s, 3s, and 4s in the Regents, always put as much as possible. So it says, according to a recent survey, high school students spend the following minutes per day on the internet: 75, 38, 43, 120, 65, 48, and 52. It says find the mean, median, and range of this data set. Now, this is a great question on the Regents because there's no guessing or wondering, hey, what are they looking for? As some questions do. Some questions, you're not really sure exactly what they want. This one tells you very specifically, we want the mean, median, and range. So that should calm you down, and you know you're going to get it right because you're going to go right to your calculator, and the first thing you're going to do is clear it. Second function, plus sign, 7, 1, 2, enter. We want a question like this on the Regents. So now let's get those minutes into the calculator. You're going to hit stat enter. Everything goes in L1. So 75 enter, 38 enter, 43 enter, 120 enter, 65 enter, 48 enter, and 52 enter. And now to get your measures, you hit stat, right, enter, 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 and there you go. First thing that pops up, remember, X with the line above it is always the mean average. So we're going to write it on the Regents. 63. Then we're going to scroll down. It wants the median, 52. And now they're looking for the range. Now we know there's nothing in the calculator that says range equals. So what do we have to do? It's your max minus your min? Well, the max of this data set is 120. That's the highest value, minus your min value is 38. So 120 minus 38, your range was, or I should say is, 82. So the Regents wanted the mean, you found it. The Regents wanted the median, you found it. And the Regents wanted the range, you found it. So using your calculator, you were able to find the measures of central tendency and dispersion, full 2 credit on your Regents, and that is correct. So guys, that's basically it. Any questions from me on finding your measures of central tendency or dispersion using your calculator? Stat enter, and then stat right, enter, enter. Please email me and let me know any questions you have. My email is bwritings@yahoo.com. Remember, download the worksheet and the notes so you can practice, and stay safe out there. Have a good day.